Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning students, how are you today? I'm really happy to see you today. Before we start today's class, it will be better if we pray together first. Pray, begin. Finish? Are any of you absent? Or are they all present? Alright, today we will learn about descriptive text. Did you know what is descriptive text? Descriptive text is a text which says what a person or a thing is like. Its purpose is to describe and reveal a particular person, place, or thing. Or in other words, descriptive text can be defined as description is about sensory experience, how something looks, sounds, tastes. Mostly it is about visual experience, but description also deals with other kinds of perceptions. Or the descriptive text is meaningful text that describes the experience related to the sense, such as what shape, sound, taste it. Most descriptive text is about visual experience, but in fact the experience other than the sense of sight. We can also use it to make descriptive text, but in particular the descriptive text is a text which says what a person or a thing is like. Also use new techniques in these lessons, namely the clustering technique and the theme pair share technique. Clustering technique is a technique to turn a broad subject into a limited and more manageable topic for a short essay or text. Clustering technique is also known as diagramming or mapping. It's a technique that can be used to generate ideas in writing. This technique is helpful to think in a visual way. In clustering technique, there are lines, boxes, arrows, and circles to show relationships among the ideas and details. So, this technique can help the students to stimulate their ideas and to organize them before they develop into paragraphs. Besides that, this technique can motivate them to write. Meanwhile, TPS have 3 steps. They are: first is think. Students silently think about the case of the material, makes a note, draw or calculate to solve the issues. 2. Pair. Students pair with their bench friend or group and discuss it about the material with their partner. 3. Share. The student and their partner share about the material to the other pairs in front of class by their own words. Before we get to the core of the material, I want to ask you something. Do you like watching TV or movie? Do you have an idol? Who is your favorite artist or actors? Oh, nice answers. Thank you for answering that. Now look at the screen. Did you know them? Who are they? Yeps, they are Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, and Iqbal Ramadan. Now please choose one of them. Who will you choose? Now, can you name the characteristic possessed by Iqbal Ramadan? And as long as you mention the characteristic, I will write them on the board. Make sure all of you get enough information about Iqbal. Okay, as you can see right here, you guys mentioned that Iqbal has black hair. Some said that Iqbal's hair was brown, and some said he had green hair. Oval face, brown skin color, are alive. 21 years old, 22, and some say he is 25 years old, and so on. Now, let's group it into several categories. We categorize it into age, hair, face, and so on. Now, please all of you read the vocabularies that have been recorded on the blackboard. To make you clearly understand with descriptive text, I will tell again about what is descriptive text. Descriptive text is a text that explains about whether a person or an object is like, whether its form, its properties, its amount, and others. The purpose of the descriptive text is clear, that is to describe, represent, or reveal a person or an object, either abstract or concrete. And the social function of writing descriptive text is to describe a particular person, place, thing, or animal. And in this material, we will study descriptive text about describing someone who is like, namely a celebrity or idol. And to make a good descriptive text, we will use clustering technique. To start clustering technique, let me show you the picture of Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, and Iqbal Ramadan. Who will you choose? Or will you still choose Iqbal Ramadan? Okay, you guys still choose Iqbal Ramadan. Now, I will ask you about him. Who is he? What's his job? What is the color of his hair and eyes? I will write your answer in the whiteboard. Now, look at this. Do you think all the answers are correct? Not. Then, let's correct and eliminate the wrong answer and categorize them as before. Now, Please arrange what you have mentioned here into a good descriptive text sentence. Let me give you some example of descriptive text. Before that, I will explain to you about generic structure of descriptive text. When writing descriptive text, there are some generic structure for our writing to be true. The arrangement is 1. Identification. Its contents about the introduction of a person, place, animal, or object will be described. It's usually found in the first paragraphs. 2. Descriptions. Contains a description of something such as animals, things, place, or person by describing its features, forms, colors, or anything related to what the writer described, always in the second paragraph. My best friend, Ernesto. My best friend is Ernesto, and he is my classmate. We go to school together. Ernesto comes from an educated family. His father is a school principal and his mother is also a teacher. He is punctual, well-educated, and has good manners. He is really hardworking. He always does his homework. He is also well-dressed and well-behaved. All teachers have a high opinion of him. Ernesto has a well-built body. He is gentle but fearless. He takes part in all sports, scout, trekking, and mountaineering activities. He has a good heart. He is cheerful, honest, and obedient. He also plays the guitar and he makes his parents very proud of him. He secures good marks and is usually top of his class in examinations. He inspires me to work harder. He keeps you away from bad company. I'm happy to have such a friend. You can tell the difference by paying attention to the presence of the sentence, whether it is in the first or second paragraph. Do you understand? Now, let me explain to you about language features in descriptive text. And you must write what I say in your notebook as the material today. Language feature of descriptive text. First is specific participle. It has a certain object is not common and unique. Only one. For example, Bandengan Beach, my house, Borobudur Temple, and Uncle Jim. And the second, the use of the adjective and adjective to clarify the noun. For example, a beautiful beach, a handsome man, the famous place in Jepara, or so on. Third is the use of simple present tense. The sentence pattern used is simple present because it tells the fact of the object described. Fourth is action verb. Verbs that show an activity, for example, run, sleep, walk, cut, or so on. Now, I will prepare some exercise for you. You are asked to fill the diagram of clustering technique. Before that, please all of you make a group. The group can contain 3 or 4 people. I will give you a paper and you must write your answer in here. But before we start this exercise, you might think about the material you have done learned and think with your group. Okay? You can do your exercise right now. You must fill the diagram of clustering technique based on the picture I will show you. Look at the picture. Here's name picture of celebrity and idol. One group must choose only one picture. And when you finish it, we will discuss your answer together. After that, for the second activity, in the bottom, the next exercise is you must fill in the blanks to complete the paragraph of descriptive text related to the diagram you already do. And when you finish the exercise, we will discuss your answer together. Now, you are asked to work individually. Please make a good descriptive text and the topic is about a person. You can use photos from idol you like or celebrity. Well, students, you must differentiate the parts of generic structure of the descriptive text. One of you who can finish the text firstly will be asked to write the text on the whiteboard and she or he will get a gift from me. So you must write it correctly. Okay? Our class has been done today. While studying descriptive text using the 2 techniques, are there any difference that you feel? To be honest, this technique looks a little complicated, but it's really fun to learn and understand, even though some of you feel a little clueless. At least you can reread today's material that has been recorded in your book. Don't forget to pay attention with language features and generic structure of descriptive text. I will tell again about what is descriptive text. Descriptive text is a text that explains about whether a person or an object is like, whether its form, its properties, its amount, and others. The purpose of the descriptive text is clear. That is to describe, represent, or reveal a person or an object, either abstract or concrete. And the social function of writing descriptive text is to describe a particular person, place, thing, or animal. Okay, students, now please collect all of your assignments in my table. Well, we finished learning descriptive text, and I think all of you already understand how this technique works. Now, let me ask you some questions of today. What did you learn today? Explain based on your experience while learning to take my class today. As you know, we have just learned about descriptive text and also learned how to quickly understand our reading material and find the main idea quickly. Reading is a process of readers to get information by checking the meaning of the words and understanding the text. I will give you a homework. You must make a descriptive text using clustering technique. The person you will tell is about your mother. Just to improve your skill and not to make you easily forget the lesson we've learned before. And for next week's material, we will learn about narrative text. Please prepare it. I hope you are excited and still feel happy and comfortable to always take this English class with me. See you next week. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.